Hello guys, I'm back. We're gonna go again to virtual play table, and I'm gonna discuss to you some about what each card does in Magic the Gathering. It simply means that I'm doing this because I'm gonna upload some Magic the Gathering videos that I'm gonna play Magic the Gathering on virtual play table, and I want to cover up the basics first so you will understand if I'm playing. So let's get started. Let's go with land cards. So I already talked about land cards, and I'm gonna give you an example of a land card. So example of a land card is forest. So what land cards does is that it is like it's like your food for the people that you train, or the what do you call this? It's like the life of all your creatures, spells and other things. It's like the main thing that you need in Magic the Gathering. Like in Pokemon, you need energy so you could summon your Pokemons and whatnot. So the land cards are, you need land cards if you want to play Magic the Gatherings, because without them you simply cannot do anything unless you got a 0 to cast creature. So if you can find those, but you can't make a deck if you don't have forest cards. So next is creature cards. An example of a creature card is Sarah Angel. So what Sarah Angel does, so this is an example of a creature card. The parts of a creature card are it's like its stats here, its expansions here. Not only creature cards have expansions, but also spell cards, enchantment cards, and I'm just gonna talk about that later. So what creature cards does is its definition is, it's a creature card. It's the one that attacks and defends for your kingdom, for example. It's like your soldiers or other things, because creatures are not always humans here. So you need mana. So for example, you've got 3 colorless. Gray circle means any mana, so you can go with any of the 5 colors: green, red, blue, black, white, and 2 white. So you can either build the black, white, red, white deck, similar like that. And so that's what it does. So that's what a creature card does. The 4/4 is the 4 on the left, or the number of on the left, is the creature's power. This is how much the creature will deal to the target player if it attacks, and if it defends, it will also deal that much to that creature. The 4 on the right is its toughness or defense. So if you block a creature, for example, you got an opponent with a 3/1 creature card, with a 3/1 creature, and you got a 4/4 creature like the Sarah Angel. If you block it, your creature will take 3 damage. Then it will have, then subtracted from 4, so will have 1, so it will still be alive. But because your opponent has only 1 toughness on his creature, then it will die to the Sarah Angel, like that. So the next one is, so there's a lot of creature cards here and there. So it has some effects like flying, vigilance, but I'm not gonna discuss that today, just what each card does. And if you summon a creature, for example, you just summoned it on your turn, then you cannot attack it because there's a thing called summoning sickness in Magic the Gatherings. Can't, unless the creature has haste, which I'm really not going to discuss right now, you really can't attack it on the first turn. So the next card is next card, for example, is wait, I can find it. For example, Witch's Eye. So it's an artifact and an equipment. So, but I'm just gonna be focusing on artifacts. So artifacts are cards that are laid on the battlefield. They don't. You can tap them to activate their special effects, but other than that, they can attack and they can't block, and can be destroyed if, for example, your opponent has a destroy artifact, exile artifact, blah blah blah, like that. So an artifact, so there's this an example of an artifact. So for example, creature has 1 tap scry 1, so you can equip it to a creature and it will scry 1. But if it's an ordinary artifact, you can lay it down. It still has a mana cost. You can tap it. Mostly with artifacts, you tap it and they gain, and you activate their special abilities like that. So next card is, oh my god, sorry, I keep messing around. Oh yeah, Karmitra's, no, not that, Karmitra's Favor. It's an enchantment aura. So again, enchantment. So an enchantment card is, well, there are 2 types of enchantment cards. For example, enchantment, and there's an enchantment that you can just lay down. For example, it's an enchantment. I don't know any card like that, so I'm just gonna explain it here. So, for example, you lay down a card, an enchantment card that, for example, its effect gains +2 to all creatures. So you don't need to tap it. You don't need to do anything special to it. Just tap it, just lay it down, and all your creatures will automatically get a +2 too. So just like that. And there's another one, another one is an enchantment. I think it's an enchantment aura, is that you stick it to a creature, then only that creature gains a special effect. For example, yeah, Karmitra's Favor is another one, enchant creature. So that creature gets a tap portion, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pools, like that. So next is, so I'm just gonna show you another one. For example, is Feral Invocation. See, again, there's an enchant creature. So enchanted creature gets a +2/2 bonus. So you have to stick it to a creature, and that creature dies. The enchantment will be destroyed as well. So be wary of where you put your enchantment cards. The most ideal place you can put your equipments and enchantments are hexproof creatures, but I'm not gonna talk about that again. So we just recap is we have already land cards, feature cards, artifact cards, and enchantment cards. Next are the spell cards. there are two types of spell cards. Again, you need to cast it for their mana cost like everyone does. Yes! Maybe. Wait. So sorry for that. So Magma Jet is an instant. So an instant is a card that you can cast on any turn. For example, it's your opponent's turn, you can cast it. It's your turn, you can cast it. So I like instant cards better than sorcery cards, but sorcery cards are more or less powerful than instant cards. So Magma Jet is an instant. Magma Jet deals 2 damage to target creature players cry 2, so that's what it does basically. So that's the definition of an instant of a sorcery card. So you can only use it once and it will activate its effect, and the only way you can really stop it is if you have a counter like cancel and other cards. So that's an instant, and I'm gonna show an example of a sorcery. So Feral Incarnation. So sorcery, you can only cast it during your turn. So for example, your opponent attacks you with a creature. If you have an instant card, for example, you got Magma Jet and he has a 2/2 creature, you can Magma Jet it at its turn and destroy it, so you can prevent damage. But on sorcery, for example, Feral Incarnation has a very powerful effect. You can put 3 green beast creature tokens into the battlefield and you can convoke. So it's very powerful, but you can only use it during your turn. So those are the creature cards that you should know. But there are examples of combinations of things, like for example artifact creatures. For example, the Bronze Sable. So the Bronze Sable is an artifact creature. So it's an artifact creature. There are some cards that, for example, you destroy a creature except artifact creatures. So artifact creatures are saved from those. I don't know if artifact creatures can be equipped with equipment such that, but I'll see. So that's the Bronze Sable. It's an artifact creature. So there's no further explanation for that. Next is another one is an enchantment creature. For example, is where's that? Oh yeah, it was Hopeful Eidolon. So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell that some artifacts, for example, some spells, for example, destroy all artifacts. If it's an artifact creature, then it will be destroyed because it is an artifact creature. So a Hopeful Eidolon is an enchantment creature. Most enchantment creatures have a bestow cost except for maybe gods. So for example, a bestow is that it has an effect and the enchanted creature gets a +1/1. So it basically works as an enchantment, and then you stick it to another creature and you get bonus effects for that. But it is no longer a creature, so it is either good or bad, because an enchantment creature, for example, you destroy the host creature, you don't destroy the enchantment creature itself, it's still alive. For example, if you stick a hopeful Eidolon to a Serra Angel, you will, if you destroy the Serra Angel, then the hopeful Eidolon will become a creature again, ready to attack and block. And the bad side about it is you have two simultaneous creatures, and you can have two simultaneous creatures, but if you bestow it, then you will only have one. But I would mostly recommend it being bestowed. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next video I'm gonna upload, and see you guys later. Peace.